We are certainly feeling the heat this July. We've had nearly a handful of heat advisories so far, and we're only 9 days in. That is not only having an impact on your health, but also the health of your lawn and your garden. We're here today to talk about how to protect your lawn and gardens during the summer heat. Taylor Jones, Emerson Wells, they are consumer horticulture agents at the NC Ag Extension Office right here in Guilford County. All right, so what we're doing is we're taking your questions as well, and this is how you get your question to our experts. You're going to text that question. We're going to put that number up for you so that you'll be able to have it, 336-379. 5775. We're going to put that in the lower left-hand corner so that you'll have it the entire time and you're able to ask that question. All right, Emerson, first let's talk, or no, Taylor, let's first talk about this. We're going to talk about the brown patch disease. Everybody's like, why is my grass all crunchy and why does it have these big brown patches? And do I have it?
That's right. That's right. So first and foremost, the best thing you can do is if you suspect that you have brown patch, send us a photo here at the office and we'll be able to identify it for you. No problem. But this time of year, obviously hot, humid for extended periods of time is the perfect environment for that brown patch disease. Additionally, it's also the time that our fescue and cool season lawns are going dormant. So sometimes it can be a bit of a challenge to differentiate between the disease and the dormancy of the plant. But like I said, send us a picture and we can identify it for you.
Okay, the brown patch doesn't necessarily mean that my lawn is dead.
Right, exactly. Yeah, there's other things that we can do to sort of negate it a little bit. Absolutely.
Okay, well, thankfully we've had a few patches of rain here and there, but Emerson, if we need to water our lawn, how much do we need to water it and when do we need to water it?
Definitely. So like you said, we've had a little bit of rain, but we've also been in a period of some extreme heat here in Guilford County. So you're going to want to water if you're able in the early morning. That kind of prevents the risk of disease like that brown patch disease or other kind of fungal diseases for those grasses. It also prevents water loss with evaporation and improper water distribution. So you're looking to water in the morning.
Okay, so water in the morning before noon, and hopefully we're going to get any of we got some little bugs here in our Zoom interview. We'll see if we can figure that out. In the meantime, hey, Taylor, let's talk about this. Let's talk about working in our gardens and heat safety.
Yeah, so first and foremost, if you're outside doing any activities this time of year, you need to be taking care of yourself. So of course, making sure that you are drinking plenty of water, making sure that you are taking frequent breaks. Of course, populations that are a little bit higher risk for issues and things, need to take extra precaution, but certainly making sure that we're wearing protective, clothing and putting on sunscreen. And like I said, drinking plenty of water and taking plenty of breaks.
All righty then. All right, we seem to have everything fixed. We're back with you, Emerson. Okay, this is good. All right, how do we know, Emerson, what kind of grass we have, whether it's cold or warm, or how do we even begin to figure that out?
Definitely. So NC State has a great resource called Carolina Lawns and also a resource called Turf Files, which goes into all grasses you may have. Lots of folks around here have fescue and Kentucky bluegrass, and those are cool season grasses. So if you're looking at your lawn and right now there is kind of those brown patches you're not sure about, you might have a cool season grass. And again, like Taylor has mentioned, if you bring in a sample or send us some photos, we can help ID those for you. The Turf Files is a great resource for you to kind of self-study or look into what type of lawn you may have yourself.
Okay, and so you guys are based in Guilford County, but there are cooperative extension offices in all of the counties, or most of the counties anyway. So those people, they would send it to their county cooperative extension, or does it matter?
Any county. Yeah, preferably your county if you aren't in Guilford and are viewing this. But just because regionally there might be some things that might be more specific to you, and your county might have resources that we don't here in Guilford.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So Taylor, the heat and humidity, perfect weather for ticks. They thrive on it. Are you getting more kind of like complaints and things about ticks in our area?
Yeah, so oftentimes we do get, questions about identification. What is this? Is it the Lone Star tick, et cetera? And I just know personally, I've pulled off a lot of ticks this year. It seems like it's been a little bit of an increase, in tick populations. But yeah, again, that's one of those things that you need to be mindful of when you're working outside in any capacity, is wearing some self, insect spray.
Okay. All right, Emerson, let's go back to the whole heat thing. What plants do particularly well in this heat? And then what plants should we be looking at that we go, oh no, we need to take some extra care with them?
Definitely. So a big thing lots of people fall into is not recognizing if their plant prefers full sun or shade. And when we're going into the heat of summer, especially with these high temperatures, those plants that do prefer shade, that are in a position where they're not getting much, are really going to show that desiccation and environmental stress. So Taylor, I know we can talk about some different shade and sun plants that do well specifically in Piedmont of North Carolina, and we can also specifically talk about natives. Thinking about native plants, especially in the Piedmont, are naturally drought and more resistant to those environmental stressors as opposed to non-native plants that their natural environment is not North Carolina and this type of soil and all of those environmental factors.
Okay, well, hold that thought for a minute because we're going to have to go to break. But think about that. Think about maybe 2 or 3 plants that people should have because they are full sun and they can survive this heat, and maybe a couple that they need to be watching out for. We'll get to that after the break, along with your questions. I got a few questions already, so we're going to do that. We'll see you in just a few minutes.